So the next step in the process is we need to start actually recording our animation and our stop motion. So there are tons of different stop motion apps you can download to your phones or iPads, whether they be for Apple or Windows. They all work. The one I'm going to use is called Stop Motion, and it's free. And you can see when I open Stop Motion here, it's going to think for a second. And when it opens, it's going to give me some tutorials that I can watch, or I can start my own movie. So I'm going to hit New Movie, and I have to give permission, and you can kind of see here that was kind of the picture I was going for. So I've got my person, I've got my little snake. You've got a couple options of things you can do. You can hit and make it just take one picture. So there it took one picture, and then I would come and I would move my snake just ever so slightly. Then I would take another picture. And then I would move my snake ever so slightly again. And then I would take another picture. And as you can see, I just move the snake or whatever creature just ever so slightly, about a centimeter at a time. Then I pull my hand back out and I take another picture. So you can do that. Another route that you can go is if you want it to be, each picture to be a little longer, you can hit the timer up here and you can tell it, I want each picture to be half a second or a second. So then when I go to take my picture, you'll notice the dial, and it'll spin around and take a picture every second. So that version allows you to move things a little bit quicker, but I prefer to do it just the old-fashioned one picture at a time way. So again, I've moved him a little bit and I take a picture. Now I want to move the head of my guy. So I'm going to move his head just ever so slightly that way. And then I'm going to take a picture. And so you can see that I'm moving things just a little bitty bit each time. The way to make a good stop motion video is to move things not very much each time that you move it. So as you can see, I'm not moving very much. I'm moving just enough that over time it will be noticed. And remember, you can do it by, like with my snake, he might not be moving forward, but he's moving in a scrunching pattern. So you got to think about what joints you want to move so that it looks as realistic as possible. So you're going to do that. If I had to guess, it's going to show you your pictures down here. So you can always preview what it's going to look like by going and running through it here. So you can see as I run through it, it kind of looks like that. So remember, it's going to take quite a few pictures to equal 1 second of video. So about 24 pictures equals 1 second of video. So when you're moving stuff around, think about that. And then once you've recorded your whole video, you have some options of things you can edit in the app, and you would just go to Google and type in stop motion tutorials for the software, and it would give you tutorials on how to do that. But when you're done, you can make edits here Or you can save it. See, it shows up in my videos. If I hit select, I can then hit stop motion video, and I can tell it right here where I want it to export it to, that little square with the up arrow. So I'm going to tell it I want to export my movie. And then it's going to ask me, again, I'm working on an iPad, where I want to do it to. I'm going to save my video. It will go through this. You have to give it access. And it will save and export your movie to your computer. Then I'll show you the next steps.